Your Honor, I have severe head trauma, and I'm not good at public speaking, and I didn't want to waste your time, so I made this pre-recorded brief audio. All right, here it goes. And I'm telling you, you're going to laugh at the end. This is so funny. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. The first and most important fact to be stated is that she has attempted things like this in the past, and it was dismissed on groundless statements. The divorce agreement still stands. Visitation rights with shared transportation, so that bag belongs in circuit court. And so in the past, this has all been dismissed. So here we are to repeat. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, what you're about to hear, just understand a few things. One thing, that it was Christmas. Another thing is that my ex-wife and I, we joke easy. We have a lot of history together. But you'll see. Just listen to her laugh, shits and giggles, especially at the end of the phone conversation, Christmas Eve.
All right, I'll let you go. I'm absolutely broke. I just spent the last couple $2 at Staples to print this shit.
Alright, well, just give me a call tomorrow and then you can stop out.
All right.
Make it early at the house because it's going to be chaos at the house. But
Don't make it early.
yeah, don't make it early.
Fuck that shit. I'm gonna wake you up. I'm gonna get a big fucking spotlight and I'm gonna shine it in your bedroom window. And I'm gonna get some pots and pans and some wooden spoons. And I'm just gonna fucking parade myself until you come answer the door. All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's all I got to say about that. And so what if I woke you up at the crack of dawn? It's Christmas.
This is how it actually went in court, just like I said it would.
Okay, Raven Physiak versus Jason Physiak. Okay, would you all raise your right hands and be sworn? Okay. Okay, do you want to call your first witness?
I call Raven Physiak. Could you please state your name and address?
Raven Physiak, 1866 Abbey Lane, Hagerstown, Maryland, 21740.
And what is your relationship with Jason Physiak?
He's my ex-husband.
And the two of you were divorced and have a court order through the Circuit Court for Washington County?
Yes.
And that pertains to your divorce and custody and visitation of the children, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now you filed a petition...
Well, how many children did you have?
3.
How old are the 3 children?
15, 13, and 11.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, you filed a petition indicating there was an incident on Christmas Day on December 25th, is that correct?
Yes.
And now, had Mr. Physiak come to your residence that day?
Yes, first time about 6:30 a.m.
Okay. Prior to that day, on Christmas Day, had you discussed with Mr. Physiak him coming to your residence on Christmas Day?
Yes.
And when did you talk to him about this?
Christmas Eve.
So what was your discussion on Christmas Eve regarding him coming to your residence?
He wanted to come over. He said he had Christmas cards for me and for the kids. I told him he could come over, but he needed to make it later in the day, and he needed to call me first to make sure I was there, just to make sure it was a good time.
Okay. So, when did he arrive at your residence on Christmas Day?
About 6:30 a.m.
Did he call you first?
No.
And what condition was he in when he got to your residence at 6:30 a.m. on Christmas?
I believe he was drunk. He was definitely on something, but he's an alcoholic, so I believe he was drunk.
Okay. What was his demeanor like that made you believe he was intoxicated in some way?
He was loud. He was talking to a cat that was walking around in our yard. He put a foot in our doorway, wouldn't let us shut the door. He was calling me a woman.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just know him and I know how he acts.
All right. Well, so when he got there at 6:30, did you allow him in the residence at that time?
No.
What did you tell him?
We told him he needed to leave. I told him I believed he was drunk and he needed to go and get a hold of me later, and he wouldn't leave.
Okay. How long did he stay outside of the residence at that time?
He would leave and come back and knock on the door about 2 hours altogether before we actually called the cops.
Okay, so over a 2-hour time frame, he would leave and then come back, and you continued to ask him to leave.
No, after that time we didn't know. We didn't say anything to him, we just called the cops.
Okay, so you had at one point opened the door.
Yes.
To talk to him. And what did you say happened when you opened the door?
He said he was there. He had a box. He said there was Christmas cards in it. I'm not sure what else. I told him he needed to leave. He said he wasn't going to leave. He had stuff for me and the kids, Christmas cards and such. And he was just getting loud. He wouldn't go anywhere. He put his foot in the door. We couldn't even shut our front door. Me and my boyfriend were both standing there. It woke my kids up. They stayed upstairs. But it woke them up. He was banging like a cop. He was loud. Eventually he was getting angry. He started threatening us like he usually does when he's drunk and mad. He tells us he's going to hurt us. He told us we were going to die. He told us that, afterwards, that this is afterwards, but while he was there, yes, that's what he said.
So he made comments to you that he was going to harm you and your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. And that you were going to die?
Yes.
And do you take those threats seriously?
Absolutely.
And you're fearful of him coming to your residence based upon this incident?
Oh, this, and he has a history of abuse with me as well.
Okay. You've had prior protective orders?
I have, yes. He's been in jail numerous times.
Okay. Has he physically assaulted you in the past?
Yes.
Okay. So based upon the previous abuse and then this incident that day with the threats of violence, you're seeking to have this protective order extended, is that correct?
Yes.
And you want no contact with Mr. Fiziak?
Absolutely no contact.
Any issues with regard to the custody and visitation of the children, that's been dealt with already in circuit court, so you're not seeking anything with that today?
Not today, no.
Right. So you wanted to stay away from your residence and just have no contact with you?
Yes, and also not to be able to call. He had continued to call after he left, tell us he was at our back door half the day, told us he was going to take a crap on our yard, call and hang up, call and hang up. My boyfriend wouldn't let me talk to him on the phone. He was like, you're going to talk to me or nobody.
Okay.
And,
so that basically falls under the no contact, so no contact with
oh,
you
yeah,
whatsoever.
absolutely nothing.
Okay. I have nothing further.
How do you arrange visitation pursuant to the circuit court?
We haven't. Jason, he's drunk. He says he wants to see his kids, but he never has means to. It's his excuse to us all the time, and to be honest, his kids don't want to see him. But right now, after this, I'm planning on going to circuit court. My kids are going to go. They want to stand in front of a judge and say they don't want to see him. So hopefully it'll get amended through there. They haven't wanted to see Jason, and Jason doesn't come around, and that's fine with us. So it's never been an issue until I do something like this. Then he brings up child care, child support, seeing his children, but he never once took me to court for it before.
Okay, Mr. Fiziak, you have the right to ask her any questions or cross-examination. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask her?
No.
Okay, ma'am, why don't you come back here? Any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Physiak, why don't you come back? Okay, have a seat. Would you state your full name and your address?
My name is Jason Bradley Physiak. My address is 664 North Prospect Street, apartment 2.
Okay, well, what do you want to tell me about this?
Well, there's several points to be made. And then you might even laugh at the end if you can bear with me. First of all, Raven has made accusations like these, many times in the past. And, when it comes to this protective order stuff, it's been dismissed before just for the fact that there's no real evidence that I did anything wrong, that I did anything to violate law. If I had violated law, she would be charged with some kind of criminal charge. It was Christmas Day, and,
Why were you there at 6:30 in the morning?
Because it's Christmas. I was giving my kids their Christmas gifts, and I have the audio from the conversation on Christmas Eve, and if you just let me play that, I'm telling you, you're gonna laugh. And it just to hear what she said Christmas Eve, and then see what she filed the next day, you're like, wow, this is just.
Okay, well, did she know that it was being recorded?
No, well.
When
she was talking, I'm pretty sure this is legally valid, because when she was talking to me, I'm on loudspeaker, and a friend of mine was eavesdropping on me, not on her, but on me. And because I was on loudspeaker, that's a second party.
Mr. Zek, you misunderstand. If she's being recorded without her knowledge, it doesn't make any difference why. Then that's a felony in Maryland. I can't hear that in court. Okay, that's just the way it is.
But I was the one being recorded.
Well,
she just happened to be in the background.
Is there anything else? There's no difference whatsoever.
All right. So, okay, let me just continue about the accusations. There's been many times in the past where she writes up this big report saying all kinds of stuff. She takes a little bit of truth and she twists things and makes it sound like I'm crazy or whatever. In this accusation report or whatever, she said that I stuck my foot in the door and wouldn't let him shut it. No, she opened the door and she opened it like she's letting me in. I start to walk in and then she slams it on my foot. And I said, what? She said, no, you're not coming in. So I stepped out, back onto the porch. There's neighbors there. If the neighbors were here, they could tell you that none of this...
Objection, Your Honor.
Are there any neighbors here today?
No. And then, then she said that I was talking to a cat in the back. Well, I have a cat. His name's Ninja. He rides in the car with me. He rides on my shoulder like he's a pirate parrot. But my cat was with me. I was hoping the kids get to meet my cat. He's got a lot of personality. But she puts that in the report. It makes me sound like I'm crazy. You know what I mean? I'm silly, but I'm not crazy. And but just to make a long story short, these things have been dismissed in court before because there's no real grounds. Like I said, if I would have violated some kind of law, if I would have done some kind of wrong, she'd be charged with some kind of criminal charge. But I didn't. It was Christmas Day. I was just trying to give kids their Christmas presents. And we even joked on the phone the night before, and she was laughing, like giggling at it and everything. And I told her I was going to be there first thing in the morning. And she was laughing, and when she got off the phone, she even said, okay, bye. Like a flirty kind of giggle. Seriously. I posted it on Facebook. The world knows about it. It's on YouTube. But, it all boils down to, this is a matter for circuit court. This is not, the custody issue, she hasn't abided by the visitation. I've tried to set up with her and she won't. And my children, when they go with my family is even afraid to let me see the children, because if she finds out that they let me see the children, then she won't let the children go with my family. So my family is like pushed into a bind because of her being so controlling.
Okay, Ms. Clapper, do you have any questions for?
Mr. Fiziak, in the conversation you had on Christmas Eve, did Ms. Fiziak ask you to call her before you came over?
Yeah.
Did you call her before you came at 6:30 in the
No,
morning?
at the end of the conversation, I told her, no, I'm going to be there first thing in the morning. I told her, I'm going to spot a shot light in your window, and I'm going to get some pots and pans and wooden spoons. I'm going to parade myself until you come down and open the door. I didn't literally do that, but I was there first thing in the morning. She was laughing, she was giggling, and she's like, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow, bye.
But did she ask you to come later in the day, though? I mean, the children are older. Did she have a discussion with you that they're older, they don't wake up early like little kids do anymore, and to come later on in the day and call first?
Yeah, but if it's Christmas Day, they might be up early in the morning.
Well, teenagers, though, Your Honor. I have to wake mine up this year at 8 o'clock. So, did you, when you got there, did she tell you to leave?
Yeah.
Did you?
I told her I had the box, the Christmas presents and the cards in hand, and once she shut the door, then I still talked to her, and I wasn't banging on the door, not just regular. And then once she shut the door, then I was just talking to her through the door, and I was like, just let them get their presents and let me leave. I wasn't gonna stay. You know what I mean?
Did you come back again and try to?
Yeah, I came back. I left, and I came back, and I told her I don't have enough gas money to run across town twice today. You know, I was completely broke because of Christmas. And when I came back again, I parked and I knocked on the door one time. I didn't bang on it or anything. I just knocked on it. And she told me to go away again. And I said, what about these Christmas gifts? I don't have gas to come back out here. And she refused me, so I got back in my car and I moved down the street, turned around to go back out the way that I came. And when I came back through, I stopped again, I honked the horn, and I waved, to see if maybe she'd change her mind. She didn't come out, so I just...
Did you call her? Later on in the day, did you call her?
Yeah.
Did you keep telling her you were going to be there, you were going to be in the backyard?
Yeah, well, I told her, well, how are they going to get their Christmas gifts now, you know? And when she said that stuff about, I said that I was going to kill her and stuff like that, that's crazy. I said, I hope you get cancer and die. You're withholding Christmas from my children. That's not just me, you're withholding it from them. And all your controlling tactics, that should die too.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
You got psychotic disorder written all over you.
Okay, Ms. Fiziak, anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay, what's connected? If Ms. Clapper, anything further from your side? Okay,
No,
Ms.
Your
Fiziak, you can come back over here.
No, I have no further questions.
Okay. Anything further?
No.
You wish to be heard?
Your Honor, my client indicated that she did talk to Mr. Fiziak the day before and did tell him he could come over, but to call first and to come later in the day. He shows up unexpectedly at 6:30 in the morning. That was not the time she was expecting him to be there without calling first. She felt that his behavior was erratic and she was concerned about him being intoxicated, which she says that he has a history of. He continued to bang on the door. He was trying to get into the residence. He called numerous times. He came back after a second time. So all of this behavior, given that there had been past physical abuse and things like that, the comments that he made her concerned and fearful for her safety and her well-being. She's merely asking the court to grant this order pertaining to her, to have no contact with her, and to stay away from her residence. This has nothing to do today with the children per se. That matter would be taken in the circuit court. This is merely to keep him away from her at this time.
Okay, Mr. Fiziak, want to stand up? Anything further you want to say?
There's never been an issue with me contacting them or whatever. You know, but the divorce agreement, you know, if I can just visit my children while they're with my family, to go with my family on a regular
Well, I'm not
basis.
dealing with custody or visitation or support or anything like that with regard to the children. That's strictly going to have to be between you all and the circuit court.
Right. And I'm just saying that there's no real grounds for this. I don't harass them. I don't go to their house. I went there on Christmas. You know, I could have went there any time of the year. I go there on Christmas.
Okay, well, let's have a seat. Okay, I don't believe. Now, first of all, why does Ms. Fiziak keep filing all these things and failing to show up in court?
Your Honor, the previous one I know was an allegation with regard to their daughter who was concerned and fearful of testifying, so that's why. I don't know about other times, but I know the last one, it was because the daughter did not want to come to court to testify, and there were concerns there, so I know that's why she didn't come for the last one. She did have a previous protective order I know that I had assisted her with back in 2005. That was the last time I was involved with anything, so I know there is a history of these protective orders and one that did occur.
Okay, well, yeah, thank you. Okay, well, I don't believe that Ms. Fiziak I don't believe there's reasonable grounds to believe that she is physically afraid of Mr. Fiziak. However, I believe that he has been stalking her, and based upon that, I'm going to pass an order which is limited only to there's to be no abuse or threatened abuse between the parties. And the order will be in effect until July the 1st, and everything else has to be handled in the circuit court.
Right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. So you all can have a seat in the back. You'll get a copy of the order. Okay.